I'm back, and I'm back to do something. I'm back to do something that I've never done before. I'm doing a review, and I'm just gonna do like a quick light review. I just tried to record a review before this with me actually going through everything that went on in the show. Y'all watch the show. I ain't gotta do that. I can just talk about the show. First of all, okay, all this motherfucking fucking that they had in this show just had me, whoa. Girl, Lawrence is getting he's paying his dues. Yes, he is. He's paying his dues on this show. And it's basically soft porn. And I wasn't prepared. He's out there breaking backs and taking names, okay? Tasha done got her back broke twice, okay? And, well, Issa got her back broke as well. Everybody's getting it. This first episode, hella great. Of course, highlighted how nothing's hella great for anybody. Nothing's hella great for Yvonne. Nothing's hella great for Lawrence. Nothing's definitely not hella great for Issa. Her work life is not doing so well. Her relationship, of course, is over. She's out here trying to date, and that shit ain't popping. And, of course, she lost her man. So she's just, bitch, feel like she's in shambles. Like we all have been when we've had breakups. But, Issa, you could tell that her mind is still on Lawrence, and she's just trying to reconcile everything. And it seems like Issa's the type of person, when stuff is going good in her life, then she can focus on her job. That's what you can see. Like when her relationship is good, her love life is good, everything is good, kinda. Or like she will work, she has more energy to invest into her job. And you can tell that her current distraction is starting to affect the rest of her life. And she's just trying to reconcile everything. So when she has this party to get Lawrence over, and to see him, watching her in the mirror and trying to look good and boost herself up and practicing how she's gonna say something and get him slobbering and stuff was the funniest thing. Even though it's not like I've actually done that, but of course, you know, you think about stuff that you're gonna say, and when you see your ex, like how you gonna feel? Are you gonna be like, oh, you know, are you gonna do like a sexy face? You got your faces down, you got your outfit down, you got your body down. You try and make sure you are, you know, in tip-top shape in your head. Even if you don't practice in the mirror, you practice it in here. And watching her do that was hilarious. And then finally seeing her at the party all shooketh, okay, waiting for Lawrence to roll up because he was supposed to pick up that jury duty. And with him texting her that he wasn't going to come, and watching her heart drop. My heart dropped at the same time. I don't know why. I felt like I was Issa and I was in that relationship. That feeling is horrible. When you work yourself up to see somebody and then they don't show up. Especially somebody that isn't, you know, an ex. Like when you work yourself up to see him or her and then they don't show up, or they tell you they're not coming, your mind starts running. First of all, my mind always used to think, what are y'all doing? What are he out here doing? He don't want to see me. He don't care about me no more. The relationship's over. Oh my God, I'm crushed. So you could tell that she was crushed, but it was a good thing she had her hood ass friend there that was gonna get that party started. And it seemed like the party started to get out of her control, and that's how she felt. Like she just felt like it seemed like she could see how out of control her life was. And when that fire started in the trash can, she was just like, you could tell she was looking at it like it was just like her life. I know it's probably a little bit too deep, probably the muscadine wine, but it seemed like she just paralleled it in her head, and she was just over it. She was tired. Now, okay, I'm gonna jump over to Lawrence because I'm gonna put these stories together. So Lawrence, while this party is going on, and the reason why he canceled is because he over here breaking Tasha back, and I'm mad at it. I don't like it. It made me very uncomfortable. It made me feel like, you know, I'm Issa and I'm in that relationship. Watching him, I felt like he was betraying her, even though I know he has a right to be out there and be single. because he is single. So that's what you do. You go out there and you break backs. But at the same time, or get your back broke. But still, at the same time, I'm trying to, I can't, I think the only thing that I don't like is that Lawrence almost expected so much out of Issa in the relationship. And she's partially to blame as well, because I don't think Issa's the type of person to speak up in her relationship and say what she means and means what she says. That's part of maturity. But at the same time, he was so selfish. He didn't have no job. Bro man was broke. He was on like the first or second episode. Remember on the first season he forgot her birthday? Like, come on, bruh. Like, he wasn't, to me, for him to be walking around and acting like there's nothing to reflect on in his relationship just irritates me. And him moving on just makes me think like, bruh, did you not have a moment where you thought back and thought like, you know what? I fucked up too. Even if you don't want to get back with her, I felt like I wanted him to have a conversation where he could just have some personal improvement. Even if they don't get back together, you could still carry that on to the rest of your life. Not even your next relationship, because ain't nobody trying to rush nobody into a relationship, but carry it on into the rest of your life. And I don't know, it irritates me. So every time I see him with Tasha, and poor Tasha, every time I see with Tasha, I get irritated. And poor Tasha, Tasha knows she's a rebound bitch. And she doesn't seem like, she knows she's a rebound, but I think she also really likes him and is hoping she can be his salvation. And have I ever been that girl? No, I never was interested in somebody that wasn't, like, I wasn't interested in that way in somebody that was emotionally, well, no, I have been. Yeah, okay, not from a breakup, but I've been in situations where I wanted to be that person's salvation. I wanted to be your peace. I wanted to be your everything. And black women especially, like to do that shit. That's called mothering, okay? Let that shit go. You ain't his mama. You not his, you're never gonna be his salvation. And he's all up in her house digging in the pink, okay? He's over here chilling at her house on the weekends, getting his relief, and she doesn't seem like she's getting much out of it. Like a good Brokeback Mountain session, but that's it. Like, she's not getting anything else, which, like, I don't feel bad for Tasha because it's a choice, but I hope she realizes that when somebody's on a rebound, you're never gonna catch them, and that's fine. If you just want to have a nice little moment with him, then have that moment. But she can have that moment with anybody. She's a cute girl. She got a nice body. She got nipple piercings. She can be with anybody she wants. So choosing Lawrence, to me, it kind of shows, it shows the side of women, not even just black women, the side of women that we allow ourselves sometimes just to be, like thinking that we're going to be somebody's salvation and be there for them. And we end up just missing our desires and our wants and not speaking up for ourselves. So, maybe that's Lawrence's pattern. He likes a woman that's going to let him do whatever the fuck Bitch, I just figured it out. He likes women that let him do whatever the fuck he wants. And Issa really didn't let him do whatever he wanted. But she kind of just let things go. And that's what he's used to because he's selfish. I figured it out. I figured it out, girl. I did. So, so he's over here. Lawrence is over there breaking Tasha's back. He gets up, he's dipping in it, and he gets up and leaves. Julesy, I was watching her review. She said this too. Why it seem like he have on no condom? Cause he just got up and pulled his pants up, and every single time I watch on a TV show, I be looking for those cues. But he over here dipping and diving with no condom, girl, cause he pulled his underwear up. Nobody pulls their underwear up with a condom on. Like, that's just not what you do. So I hope he had one on, maybe, like Julie said, maybe I missed it, but I hope he had one on, because no ma'am. So he leaves, and this is a part of the conversation that I recognize. Well, she said she asked him to go out on another day that wasn't the weekend, and he said he was unavailable. And then she said, well, if I'm available, like, y'all know y'all have done that before. I haven't. Because if I'm not available, honey, I'm not. And I'm not going to tell you that I may be available. If I'm not available, I'm not available, period. He said to her, oh, you'll be here. Basically, bitch, what? I hate it when somebody calls me out and notices that I'm always available. Like, or they notice your availability, and they take it as a weakness. Like, with her trying to be his salvation and him trying to, get his payback, he didn't see her as that. He uses her. So he gets back to his friend's house. I forgot that friend's name. What was his name? He gets to his friend's house. He's living with him and his fiance. And he gets to the house, and he's over here blowing up a mattress. Like, real selfish, like homeboy's watching a movie, and he's just blowing up this mattress, acting like homeboy's not watching TV. I don't like Lawrence speaking on my nerves, but he acting like he's not watching TV or nothing. So he's pumping up this mattress, and they're talking about him sleeping with Tasha and stuff like that. And the friend points out that he's not taking homegirl out, and he's just basically, he's got it down to a science where he doesn't have to be in a relationship and he can just sleep with her. And basically Lawrence said she's not like that. She's cool. This is my thing with these sort of conversations. I don't feel like a woman has to get dinner to almost justify having sex with someone. Now, I do think that Lawrence is an opportunist, and he sees that she is just happy to be around him, happy to be in his space. So I feel like she shouldn't demand more from him, because he can take you out to dinner and still fuck you afterwards. Like, that's not really like a big deal. He'll just take you out somewhere. But you can take yourself out, girl. Like, I don't think taking someone out is like equivalent to a relationship or a payment. It's almost like you want to take payment for somebody having sex with you, and that's not. And if, girl, you want to go out, you can take him out. Like, if that's what you really want to do, you can take him out. Granted, I didn't do anything like that, and I've definitely had those moments where I thought, well, you know what, he should take me out. But girl, why? Because all you want is to have some sort of physical connection with somebody, and you want to move on. So it's not that important, and once you realize you want more than that, then girl, get in a relationship. But yeah, so he's doing that. He's out on this date, and Issa's at this party. This party goes awry. I mean, these boys are fucking up this party and stuff like that. Her life is up in shambles. And then we get to cut to how about when Lawrence comes over and picks up his stuff? Lawrence comes over and picks up his stuff, and you could tell, like, when she had on underwear and stuff like that, I said, oh, it's about to go down. You know when it's about to go down. It's something in the air. It seems like it's about to go down. So when she opens that door and she has on her underwear, and he notices she has on her underwear, she gives him his mail, and then he pauses and he says that he has left some stuff in the bathroom. That's when I knew it was about to go down. She sits on the couch, he comes back out, and oh girl, that moment, I don't know, it's something about an intense moment that, oof, girl, I love a good intense feeling moment that finally gets, like, you finally get to release. And it seems like, well, he was able to release and she was too, but it took him 30 seconds, girl. It took him like a smooth 30 seconds. And it just seems like she was a passenger on the ride, and she was happy to be that passenger because she loves him. She still cares for him, and she feels remorseful. And when he got up and left, I was like, I knew Lawrence ain't shit. He ain't shit. He ain't shit. Okay? Granted, Issa's no better, but he ain't shit. You know? So with it, he was a quick pumper, and then it was like, he was out the door. And for me, it was like, it wasn't even that he was, it's like he's inconsiderate. He just wanted to take care of themselves. And we've seen, take care of himself, and we've seen in last episodes, him and her having close interactions. That's just not how they have sex. Their sex can be meaningful, and it wasn't meaningful this time, and it just kind of was like, girl, I just kind of, I was actually happy for her, because now is a moment where things, you can get a little bit of clarity. I think either this is a turning point. Either you get to see him for who he truly is, or you're going to try and turn this situation around to make the relationship, you're going to compromise certain things to make an inkling of a relationship happen. So just to spend a little bit of time with him. Or she can just move on and date other people. But we'll just see with that one. Also, you can see that Issa's job, you know, she's, like you said, like her job is not going well. She's been trying to work with these high school kids from the younger children, and it hasn't been going well. You can see last season it was going great, and now it's not going so good. Also, on the other side, her friend Molly is not having really good interactions at work as well. And I love the fact that they're tackling this conversation about how our relationships in the workplace and how we're perceived. And the fact that the perception, the reason why that a lot of women, especially women of color, don't get paid that much is because we have to ask for it. And when we more than ask, we do. And then we demand, and still nothing happens. So I would love to see where that conversation is going to go as well. But that's basically it. They just kind of, it was a good first episode. They hit us with some real shit, like real shit. So I can't wait to see the rest of the season. And hopefully I'm going to try and review the rest of the season as well. But my camera's about to die. And cheers to y'all for joining me for this conversation. I'm just going to upload it as is. And yeah, I guess I will see y'all next Monday. Yay. Bye, loves.